Welcome into Dome at Home Live, presented by FedEx. The Saints are in Sin City getting ready to take on the Raiders. It is silver and black versus black and gold for the Raiders' first game inside their new home. I'm Caroline Gonzalez here outside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, getting you set for the Saints' first Monday night football game of the season. I want to bring in my colleague, John DeShazier, who is there inside Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. I almost said in Los Angeles. In Las Vegas. JD, what do you think of the new dig so far? How is it?
Well, I mean, it's a fabulous $1.9 billion testament to the finest concrete, metals, glass, and aluminum you can find. It's a beautiful place. Everything you could possibly want in a brand new stadium. I don't want my wife to see it because I don't have $1.9 billion to put in our house. The 1.9 I have is like $1.90. But it is a fabulous edifice. I mean, it is beautiful from the outside. They already have a nickname for it, the Death Star. It is exactly what you would think a new Raiders place would look like, to be honest with you.
JD, don't worry, Shalonda will make up for that in curtains, so don't you worry, you're a little hard about that. JD, have you had a chance to explore Vegas at all? You know, it was projected that Saints fans were going to take up 25% of the tickets sold there inside Allegiant Stadium. Obviously, we know no fans, but have you gotten a chance to go outside and see if any Saints fans made the trip anyway?
Well, they did make the trip. A lot of them are actually in our hotel, Harris, so we've seen a decent amount of them kind of, strewn around, wandering around. They're wearing their Saints gear. They're probably going to go to a sports bar because the sports bars happen to reopen at midnight, of course, in conjunction with Saints fans coming to town, right? So I'm sure they will be somewhere watching the game, cheering
JD,
loudly.
it certainly sounds like you're inside the Death Star. From a game presentation standpoint, can you expect anything different from what we have in the Superdome?
Well, not much. I mean, yes, we are inside. They're doing their pregame machinations. They're going through all the paces, making sure that everything is taken care of and everything is locked down. So I would imagine it would be somewhat like we have in the Superdome. Now, of course, no fans are allowed in, so you won't have that element to it, but certainly they're going through and making it as big a presentation as they can for the unveiling.
All right, a
of this
reminder,
stadium.
fans can watch tonight's game at 7:15 p.m. on ESPN. Thanks, JD. We'll check back with you in just a bit. All right, we'll give you more on the Saints versus Raiders game in just a bit. But first, let's take a look back at last week in the Saints' win over the Bucs in our WWL Black and Gold recap.
Brady will be under center. Second and goal from the 2, and he's going to sneak it. And he looks like he's across the goal line, and he is. So now a 3rd down and 10 from the 12. Set up the screen, Kamara at the 15, turns up the 10, has space, walks into the end zone, touchdown, Alvin Kamara. Howard fakes the handoff, he's under pressure, throws over, no, that ball's intercepted at the 50. Coming back with it at the 45 is Marcus Williams, and he's taken down just shy of the 35-yard line, and Tom Brady with an overthrow. Marcus Williams sitting on the spot, and the Saints go to take a picture to no fans in the end zone. First incompletion sits the interception for Brady. They set up a screen, and he's hit from behind. Trey Hendrickson with the sack. This would match a career long for Ryan Suckup, 54 yards. That kick is blocked. It's blocked right in the center of the line, and the Saints will have more great field position. Chris Godwin in motion again to the right. Brady takes a gun snap, quick throw near side. It's picked up. Janoris Jenkins, 15, 10, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Janoris Jenkins, pick 6. He's going to hold it, and they're going to try to pin him down tighter than the 25. Right on the sideline, that ball's on the ground, and the Saints recover it inside the 20. That ball is bobbled on the sidelines, and Benny Fowler,
special team ace,
is right there to recover it, and the Saints take over.
The Raiders finished last season at 7-9. That put them in 3rd place in the AFC West in their last year in Oakland. Now they're in a new town with a slightly different roster. Offseason additions include linebacker Corey Littleton, tight end Jason Witten, and wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. And as I mentioned, this is their first year as the Las Vegas Raiders. They were previously the Oakland Raiders, and before that, they were the LA Raiders, and before that, they were the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, our team started right here in New Orleans, and the Saints are still here. But maybe you're the kind of person who likes your favorite team switching cities every few years. To each his own. For more on the Raiders, here's Todd Graffinini.
Thank you very much, Caroline Gonzalez. It's time now for our Week 2 edition of Know Your Enemy presented by Microsoft Teams. It is the New Orleans Saints against the Las Vegas Raiders. Game 1 all time at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. A much anticipated matchup. Let's get right to it. All right, let's get to it. Let's bring in Adam Hill of the Las Vegas Review-Journal. He covers the Las Vegas Raiders for the publication. Adam, thanks for joining us today on Know Your Enemy.
Yeah, no problem. I feel like enemy is such a strong word. Vegas and New Orleans are so connected and so tied. I love New Orleans so much. I don't want to be an enemy.
Well, we're talking about the teams here, but I get what you're saying. First of all, let's start at the very top. The real star of the show, and it's not the Saints or the Raiders, it's Allegiant Stadium. That's why this game was scheduled in the first place, a.k.a. the Death Star. It's just a shame nobody's going to be there. I know thousands of Saints fans had planned on going on the trip, but alas, it's not to be. But what are your impressions of the new facility?
I mean, it's unbelievable, obviously. I mean, these new stadiums are so incredible that we keep popping up. And you're right. Like, I heard a number around 25% of the fans that have been Saints fans who are making the trip. And I know you guys know the feeling down there. I mean, I grew up as a lifelong obsessed Buffalo Bills fan. And I remember a couple of years ago, the Bills were down there. Now, the game didn't go well, but it was just flooded with Buffalo people on Bourbon Street. It was such a crazy party. I think Vegas is going to have some of those same similarities. People, just gathering here to watch their team play. It's just unfortunate there's not going to be fans.
No question about it. All right, let's talk about the game itself. You go back to your big win on the road in Carolina last Sunday. Josh Jacobs, the running back, had a lot to do with it. 3 rushing touchdowns, a career-high 4 receptions. Why is he such a dangerous find out of the backfield?
Well, I think you start with the fact that he breaks so many tackles. He's so tough to bring down, and the way that the Panthers talked about his pad level is so difficult on a defensive player to try to pinpoint, to try to line him up, to try to make good contact. And he's breaking tackles all over the place, no question.
Quarterback Derek Carr was literally not touched against the Carolina Panthers. That's a phenomenal job. Now, is that still a concern this week? Because the Saints can dial up a pass rush.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit bigger challenge going against the Saints than it was against the Panthers. And, I think there's a lot of optimism and a lot of positive thoughts coming out of, 34 points. That's more than they scored in any game last year. So people are excited about the offense, but it was the Panthers. And I know, you guys kind of are familiar with what they're going through, being in that.
Thank you very much, Caroline Gonzalez. It's time now for our Week 2 edition of Know Your Enemy presented by Microsoft Teams. It is the New Orleans Saints against the Las Vegas Raiders. Game 1 all time at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. A much anticipated matchup. Let's get right to it. Dynamic he is for the Raiders. Give me one other player who Saints fans should be concerned about on the Raiders team.
The new wrinkle is Henry Ruggs, and first round pick, a lot of hype from down at Alabama. I'm sure a lot of people were familiar with him as a college player, but it translated pretty quickly. He had a really, really big first half on Sunday. Now, the problem was he got rolled up on his knee, came out of the game for a while. He finished the game, but we're still waiting exactly where his status is, because after he got hurt, even though he was in the game, he was not anywhere near as dynamic of a route runner. His speed definitely was affected, and they didn't even really go to him in the second half. So is he going to play? Probably, but I don't know how effective he's going to be. So that might be a little bit of a break for the Saints watching him. But if he is at full strength, he's a joy to just watch. He has so much speed. He's just changing the entire offense for the Raiders. Certainly somebody to be aware of. But again, the productivity really fell off in the second half after he got hurt.
Adam Hill, Las Vegas Review-Journal, thank you again for joining us on Know Your Enemy, presented by Microsoft Teams. Enjoy the game on Monday night.
The Saints are showing a lot of respect for the Raiders, who had a big Week 1 victory over our NFC South divisional rival in the Carolina Panthers. Let's hear what the Saints had to say about the matchup in this week's Bo's Soundbites of the Week.
You know, the no fans was weird. You know, that was really weird. You know, you're used to just moments in a game where, you know, you make a big play, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, and you just, you know there will be this eruption from the fans. And so there's energy and emotion and excitement and momentum that's created with that. Obviously, you know, look back and there's like 3 or 4 plays in this game that were huge plays in the game, and it's just silence, you know. I don't know, it's like you got to visualize people jumping up and down at home or something like that. But yeah, that's you got to worry about what we can control, you know, create your own emotion and lock in on the game.
Well, I'd say I'm blessed to rush with Cam and Marcus. I mean, they are 2 guys that make as iron sharpens iron kind of thing, you know. So, you know, rushing with those guys, you pick up a lot, and you just start seeing things and learning. And, you know, talking to Cam and Marcus about this set, that set. I mean, you pick up a lot, and I think as a group we're rolling. Like I said, it's a special room right now.
You know, every week, we're only on week 1, but every week, you know, guys are ready to play. You know, I'm fortunate with Mike. You know, we don't know the status, but you know, it's a next man up mentality. Guys in practice, they're working hard. You know, everybody takes a pride in knowing what to do. You know, in case somebody goes down. Drew went down last year. I went down. It is what it is. You know, you got to keep moving.
No, I mean, you know it's Derek Carr. You know he's able to take command of their offense. They have a great running back. They've added in a heck of a first-rounder receiver from Bama, so you know he's got all types of speed to him. I keep calling. I'm not even going to mess up. It's Ruggs. I know it's Ruggs this time because I got corrected. I was like, every time I look up, it's another Bama receiver with a lot of speed to him. It's Ruggs, and he's got a lot of speed. That being said, I think we have the corners to match up with anybody. So I trust our secondary, and I know we're going to get after them come Monday.
Always great to hear from our Saints players. Let's head back out to Las Vegas inside Allegiant Stadium for our countdown to kickoff presented by Waiter. John DeShazier is standing there inside the stadium. JD, this Raiders team is not one that the Saints can take lightly, especially with a player like Josh Jacobs.
Well, it's an improving team, and it's an improving team primarily because of the player you just named, Josh Jacobs. The Raiders were 4-12 2 years ago. That was John Gruden's first year back in the NFL after 10 years out. Last year, they jumped to 7-9. Josh Jacobs should have been the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. He ran for 1,150 yards. He broke an NFL leading 69 tackles. He has picked up right where he left off last season. Season opener, 25 carries, 93 yards, 3 touchdowns, 81 of those yards after contact. The Saints, if they want to be successful against the Raiders' run offense, it has to be population to the football, because the first guy generally does not get Josh Jacobs on the ground. It probably have to be the second and third guy, so they have to swarm him and surround him.
A big player for the Saints out for today's game. Michael Thomas, no Michael Thomas for the Saints today. Who would you expect to step up in his place today, JD?
Well, I've got a couple of guys I would think of. Jared Cook would be one, the tight end. He is a mismatch when he walks on the field. He's 6'7". He's got decent speed. He can get open, so he presents a mismatch immediately. Also, a guy who didn't play a whole lot in the season opener, Ty Montgomery. If you can get him on the edges, get him in open field, get him one-on-one, I think he can create some havoc. We know what Alvin Kamara can do, and so do the Raiders, so they'll probably key on Alvin Kamara. We also know what Emmanuel Sanders can do, and they might key on him. But those two guys might be able to get loose, Jared Cook and maybe Ty Montgomery.
JD, following the Bucs game, you and I both heard Sean Payton and Drew Brees talk about how they took it upon themselves about the play calling. They didn't like their play calling in that game. How do you go about fixing something like that?
Well, a lot of that is you just fall on the sword as they did. But look, I don't think it was so much the play calling, to be honest with you, as much as Tampa Bay played really good defense in that opener. And so of course you want to blame it on yourself, but sometimes you got to give the opponent credit. Now, Sean Payton did not like some of the run calls he had. He didn't like some of that. And those things can be cleared up against some of the fronts that you will see defensively. But for the most part, I thought the play calling was decent. I just thought Tampa Bay played really good defensively, and maybe not enough credit given to that team for what they were able to do defensively.
Let's hope that the Saints can contain Josh Jacobs today. My fantasy team relies on it, depends on it. JD will check back in with you in just a bit. All right, if you missed it on social media today, Saints players got a warm and welcome send-off from their families today. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your New Orleans Saints! Go Daddy! Go Daddy! Good luck, Daddy. We love you. Good luck, Daddy. Go Daddy. We love you. Good luck, Daddy. Release the Lions. Release the Lions. I love you, Daddy. Good luck. I'm gonna see you again on Monday. Bye. Let's go, Dad. Let's go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Hi, Daddy. We wish we were there, but we're gonna be at home watching you in our black and gold. And you got this. Yeah, you got this.
We just want to wish you good luck on your game. Know that we love you. We are praying for you. Go Saints. Say go Saints.
Go Saints!
Hi, Teron. This is Granny's family. We're here to support you in every way. Even though we're not there in person, we're there in spirit, knowing that you're covered by the blood. Come on, family.
All right, that was the Armstead clan there, and then you had Teron Armstead's kids, his two twin daughters, and his son True alongside his sister. So feel-good moment there from Saints families. You love to see it. Let's go ahead and see what some of the players said. Teron Armstead had something to say in our Look Who's Tweeting presented by Cox. Teron Armstead responded to the video and said, "This is amazing. Thank you." And then we'll go to our next tweet. Thomas Morstead had a nice suit with him before takeoff. Viva New Orleans, hashtag whodat, hashtag Saints. Gotta love the fit from Thomas Morstead. Best dressed punter in the league. And now a tweet from Rod Walker Nola. The way week 2 has gone, the Saints and Raiders should consider it a victory to get through tonight with no major injuries. Sunday was crazy. It was crazy indeed, Rod.
Recording.
John Vilma, he comes in for our breakdown presented by NOLA Lending. John, first of all, how are you? How have you been?
Busy. I just started doing play-by-play. I'm an analyst now for Fox, and funny thing is I'm actually doing the Saints-Lions game next week. So, yeah, I've been busy, but it's been fun, though. Fun.
Yeah, I saw that you were on the call for that 49ers versus Jets game, which was kind of a big ordeal because a few players went down. But what's the process been like for you calling those games?
You know, it's very similar to when I played. I try to keep a schedule of when I'm watching film. I try to stay away from, being a stat guy, right? Anybody can be a stat guy. You look that up on Google and stuff. So I keep my schedule. Not as much film watching since I'm not playing. I don't have to hit anybody, but it's been good. The games are fun. I know the fans aren't there, but I still like the energy. I still feel the energy of the competitive nature between the guys when they're out there. So that's always been fun, and I enjoy being around it. So so far I've enjoyed it. It's been work, but it doesn't feel like work.
That's always a good thing. We got our first taste of no fans here in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in that first game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Saints won. It was great to see that, but it was weird inside the Superdome. What's it been like in the booth for you? Have you kind of gotten used to it yet?
Yeah, actually, it has not been a big difference. Once you have the headsets on, both the home games, I had the Lions and the Jets, they pump music in, and they have the fan fake noise, whatever you want to call it. And when you have the headsets on, you don't really notice it. And then, of course, when you're locked in, you got to call a game, so you really don't notice the fans then.
Well, as a linebacker, John, you got to see that the Saints defense last week against the Bucs, and they did pretty well. What were your overall thoughts on the Saints defense last week?
Man, very surprisingly good. And I only say surprisingly because there were no preseason games. And so you see a lot of missed tackles, mental errors, fatigue that sets in for a lot of these defenses. And, fortunately, the Saints defense, at least from what I could see, experienced none of that. They played fast, they created turnovers, got after the quarterback, tackled well, everything that you wanted from a defense. Frankly, they look seasoned. They look like they were in week 4, 5, or 6 of the season already. So that's a really good sign for the Saints defense.
We talked as broadcasters about being inside the arena or dome or whatever it is for the games, but the players on the field have some adjusting to. How do you think the Saints can take advantage or create an advantage with not having fans for any away games, since there's really no home field advantage?
Man, that's a tough one. I don't know how you can create an advantage until you get those Saints fans back in there. I mean, that was the 12th man. They talk about Seattle having a 12th man, New Orleans, and being in the dome. I've played in those big games before, and we definitely had an advantage with the 12th man. So unless the NFL is going to allow the Saints to, pump up the fake noise till it's frankly deafening to the opposing team, I don't see how you replicate it.
We know that Michael Thomas is going to be out tonight for the Saints, a big loss for them. Do you think we'll see more out of Emmanuel Sanders, or do you think we'll see Pete Carmichael and Sean Payton kind of spread the ball around a little bit?
I'd go with Emmanuel Sanders. That's what he was brought in for, and he proved that he could be a number 1 receiver when he was with San Fran, did a tremendous job. And matter of fact, did a tremendous job against the Saints last year as well. So, I can definitely see him getting more opportunities. And Sean Payton, Pete Carmichael, they'll do a great job of finding those one-on-one matchups. And, of course, we know Drew's going to hit the open guy. So I can definitely see Emmanuel Sanders having a very big game.
All right, John, before I let you go, a few keys for tonight's game. If it were up to you, would you have a few keys for the Saints to come out with a win tonight?
Well, defensively, it's the same as last week. Create turnovers, pressure on the quarterback, tackle well. And then offensively, I would get more basic. But what I mean by that is, downhill runs, easy play action off those runs, make it hard for the linebackers and the safeties to decipher between run and pass. Don't get too cute. This isn't Madden, Sean Payton. This isn't Madden. So, I'll just stick to the basics because the defense can definitely hold their own, and we know Drew Brees will figure out a way to win it in the end.
Come on, John. You know better than everyone else. You got to keep it cute.
No, you can't. If there's anything more frustrating, it's when Sean wants to get cute and run like triple reverses and stuff like that. Hey, what do we do?
All right, well, I'll leave that to Sean Payton. That's not my job. But we appreciate you for joining us on the breakdown presented by NOLA Lending. Look forward to hearing you when the Saints take on the Lions.
Thanks, Caroline.
Cool. The Killers will be performing at halftime of tonight's game, but hey, we've got our own halftime show right here on Dome at Home Live. It is a local favorite who you might recognize from NBC's The Voice, performing the song in New Orleans. Here's Tanya Boyd Cannon and the crew.
In New Orleans, whoa, in New Orleans. Whoa, in New Orleans, whoa, in New Orleans, whoa. So I was walking in Washington Park, playing until the dark, and oh, to my surprise, up to the left from where I stood, the sound began to ring, and this is what they sing. In the Big Easy, we party from dusk to dawn, and up to work in the morning, sharing our culture, our city, everywhere we go in New Orleans. Whoa, in New Orleans. Whoa, in New Orleans. Whoa, in New Orleans. Whoa. So I took a break to get a bite to eat, stopped at Birdie Mart, such a great treat. Grab a little snack from New Orleans, been here to go. Stopped over to the square to hear the local band, roots of music playing in the stand. On the riverboat, jump on the Natchez to go home, Mississippi. So I took a break to get a bite to eat, stopped at Birdie Mart, such a great treat. Grab a little snack from New Orleans, been here to go. Stopped over to the square to hear the local band, roots of music playing in the stand. On the riverboat, jump on the Natchez to go. In New Orleans, whoa, in New Orleans, whoa. I said, we that baby, believe that baby, we 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 that baby, believe that baby, believe that baby, cause we that, believe that baby, only in New Orleans.
Thanks to Tanya Boyd Cannon and the crew for sharing their love song to New Orleans with all of us. Let's take a look at some Saints fans who are showing their love for New Orleans with the hashtag Saints Game Day presented by Coke.
There's the game you'll see on the field, and then there's the one you can play right from your couch. Just go to the Saints app and check out Extra Downs presented by America's Card Room. You'll see questions like this one. Who will lead the Saints in rushing yards in tonight's game? Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Taysom Hill, or Ty Other? Head to the Saints mobile app to play for a chance to win $1,000 cash.
Hot off the presses, get them while it's hot. It is our injury report presented by Acadian Ambulance. Let's check it out. Of course, it was displayed earlier this week, or announced earlier this week, that Michael Thomas would be out. Defensive end Marcus Davenport, linebacker Chase Hansen, center Will Clapp, defensive back DJ Swearinger, running back Dwayne Washington, and defensive tackle Shai Tuttle for the Saints. All right, Saints fans, we want to hear from you. It is time now for our Black and Gold roll call presented by Zatarans.
Hey, what's good, Saints fans? This is Guion Smith of the world famous Black and Roll, checking in from local New Orleans. Let's go, Saints!
Hi, I'm Paige, and this is Finn, checking in on game day from the West Bay. Go Saints!
Hi, I'm Veronica. And I'm Danny.
And I'm Sebastian.
And we're checking in from Gretna, Louisiana.
Go Saints!
Go Saints!
I am Diego. And I am Carlos. From Guadalajara, Mexico. This is our year. Let's go Saints!
Hi, I'm Beth from Metairie. My friends and I are ready to get crunk for the next Saints win. Go Saints!
This is the Algeros checking in from Covington.
Let's get this win!
This is Meredith from the Marinee. Let's get this win today!
I'm Max. I'm Dyson. And we're coming from Mid-City on game day. Go Saints!
What's up, Saints Nation? This is Capenna coming in from Fullerton, California, repping the black and gold. Who dat? Go Saints!
I'm Jaden White, checking in on game day from Bowie, Maryland. Go Saints!
To be a true fanatic, you've got to dress the part. Go to the Saints mobile app or saintsmobileshop.com to check out this week's item of the game. And while you're online, don't forget to set your fantasy lineup. Here are this week's Fantasy Leaders presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Saints Nation is not only representing in their towns, but on Twitter as well. Let's take a look at some tweets. It's time for our Trash Talk presented by Waste Pro. All right, our first one coming up from Raider Uncle Mike. Who's pulling the fire alarm at the Saints Hotel early this morning? Why would you say that? Don't do that. Big Yeetus, my timeline is getting out of hand. I'm really seeing Raiders fans saying they can beat the Saints this week. That's right, you tell them. Not possible. And finally, Jamie Meeks, ready for some Saints touchdowns tomorrow here in Las Vegas. Hashtag NewDat. Congratulations to Jamie. She's a part of our Saints staff. Happy to see her and her baby safe. All right, when it comes to trash talk, no one does it better than our own team. Let's take a look at our player warm-ups delivered by FedEx. All right, we got Drew on the field warming up. We know he is one of the most meticulous people in warm-ups, getting some work with the wide receivers there. Of course, we know Michael Thomas is going to be out of today's game. That's Alvin Kamara going up for a pass there. Drew getting some reps, Taysom, Jameis. I think that's Ty Montgomery there on the field. Expecting a lot of players to step up for the Saints today in the absence of in the absence of Michael Thomas. Emmanuel Sanders is going to have to be one of those players that steps up. Ty Montgomery. I think we'll see a little bit more out of Deontay Harris too, so it'll be interesting to see that. There you see Taysom. I believe Jameis is out there somewhere. Maybe he's getting a little water break. Taysom out there. I wonder if we'll see a lot more out of Taysom Hill as well, because with Michael Thomas out, you would think they are going to spread the ball out a lot more. There's Alvin Kamara, I believe. Ty Montgomery once again. They're also going to be able to test out the new field. We don't want to jinx anything. We've seen some injuries this weekend, hoping for a safe game from our Saints players. New stadium, new cleats, new everything. There's Traquan Smith. Maybe we'll see some production out of him. CJ is a coach for the wide receivers. And now we see the defense. Is that Craig Robertson warming up? All right, we can't hear from JD, so we're going to go ahead and give his score prediction and my score prediction. I bet you I'm right. My score prediction for today's game, fueled by Chevron, is 28-17. I believe the Saints are going to win 28-17. And finally, JD's score prediction, 24-20, also a Saints win. We'll see who's right. Maybe I can get JD to buy me some dinner when he comes back. All right, we've heard from JD. Now here's one more score prediction from our celebrity guest, Daniel Cormier.
all you want to do is go to bed early, Dan?
Yeah.
I mean, that's us right now because the Saints are playing on Monday night and down goes the Raiders. I mean, does they have a chance?
No,
The Raiders don't have a chance because the captain, Drew Brees, is going to run the boys out there. Alvin Kamara is going to run wild. But listen, tomorrow the defense gets the job done. Everybody talks about our offense. But what they don't recognize, it is a new day in Saints defense. My boy, Cam Jordan, do his thing. The great Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, come on, man. 28-7, New Orleans Saints for the victory as we go marching down Bourbon Street Arena in Vegas. That belongs to us now because New Orleans takes over Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying, Dan? Yeah. I mean, it's like Christmas morning. We can't wait to go to bed because it's Saints Monday, baby.
Man, Daniel Cormier, 28-7. He is not allowing anything for that Raiders offense. I don't blame him. That's the way the Saints defense looked that first week. Hope to see more in this week. All right, now it's time to go back to Allegiant Stadium for our favorite part of pregame. It is our player huddle presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Let's get it. All white, everything. And we on the battlefield again, man. On the battlefield, on the equipment you need to bring is your shield and your sword. Yes, sir. Your shield and your sword. Let me tell you about the shield. Your shield is your teammate. Your teammates counting on you. Do your job. Protect your teammates. And the sword, that's you. Do the sword. You've been sharpening your sword all week. Yeah. Make sure your opponent be every part of you. Let's go. Make sure you feel all your pain. Hell yeah. We're on the battlefield. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Play fast. Play aggressive. And be that sword. Be lethal.
Right.
Be lethal today.
Okay.
Let's go, baby. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
All right, a reminder, you can watch tonight's game at 7:15 on ESPN Central, 7:15 Central Time on ESPN. Make sure you tune into that. All right, kickoff is just a moment away. Don't forget, you can catch the post-game show right here. We will be bringing everything to you from Sean Payton's post-game live press conference and Drew Brees, and I think we'll have a few players sprinkled in there too. Don't forget, right here, Saints post-game show. Tune in following the game. Good luck to the Saints. Let's get hyped, Saints fans.
Got the warrior blood, runs through your veins. Let's go, take care of business. Let's go, baby. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, win. Spins off the tackler, touchdown, Emmanuel Sanders. Across the goal line, touchdown, Taysom Hill. Touchdown, Jared Cook, what a grab. The pitch goes to Kamara out to the right side, touchdown, Alvin Kamara. Listen up! It's time to hunt! It's time to hunt! When you see your opponent today, look him in his eyes and take his soul. And don't stop till it's gone! Don't stop till it's gone! DeMario Davis for the sack.